Hello everyone, and welcome to the second part of the Roadwarden demo. So yeah, we're adding in. Hello. Inns like this fit the regions traveled by the merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place this size in a forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away, and the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet, subsisting on sorted supplies. There's seemingly no cracks in the wall, and the building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could hide, if not in the buildings, then at least in the yard. The expenses and labor put into this fortress were worth many trading ships. The armed people around the ramparts, they only see what's above their waistline. They're leaning on a parapet right next to the gate, and you think you notice a glimpse of a smile. They, were, they wear gambesons. Each one of them dyed differently. Yellow, green, and linen gray. I approach the gate. A woman in yellow armor leans forward. She's long, disorderly red hair, pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colors doesn't work well at all. In the woods, one would have to shout to draw this much attention. There's still a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly. I hadn't seen a horse for years now. I just said that it's weird to see such a large. You can read. Her voice is young and strong, with an accent that reminds you of the villages spread around Havlavan. But no, you can read. Would wear a saddle, I'd say. She exchanges a few words with a male guard wearing green, giving you time to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveler, how hard is it to ride a horse? How about you give it a try? Lessons were a pain. Easy learned basics. Intimidating, just hostile. You wouldn't believe it, the lessons were a pain. You get off your horse and imitate this silly walk from the day that followed your first long journey, when your whole cell was crying. You illustrate the pain as you move your hair and from your back to your hips and thighs. In return, the guards tell you about that time when they had to carry their friend with bitten off legs for 3 days straight through the heart of the woods. Meanwhile, the other guards open the gate. You may be in a good mood. The woman in the yellow jacket smiles at you. But don't get so noisy when you talk to her boss. The man never smiles. He has the world's suffering sculpted on his face. She leads you under the roof, under which your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post near some old hay. Once you're inside, once you're ready, go inside, speak with our boss. Maybe you're hungry? Other guards take care of various chores. They peek at your mount every now and then, as they're splitting firewood, cleaning your clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. Two of them are making a rope. You head towards the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard. I open the door. We found an inn. Incredible. The locked windows make the air stuffy, and a weak fire and the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs, but after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. You're lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft, with his city-like accent. He observes you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I've a keg of decent ale. Wormwood, bog myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills a mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon, maybe today, maybe, and we don't drink here before the evening. I don't like to see the good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in a city square. I stand at the counter. The planks creak after each step you make, so you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made so little to no noise. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward, but just so you know, my pelt of the north doesn't belong to Holovan. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I'd need to check. Thanks for the drink. And want to be serious, apparently. Happy to help. I won't stay here for long and introduce myself. Never. I won't stay here for long. I introduce myself. He nods and fills another mug, this time with water. I guess there's no point in waiting for a star again, then. I'm glad to see someone taking his place. Even my crew here hits the road only if they need to see the healers of Howler's Dell, and they're more than resourceful. A Roadwarden is always going to find work here in the north, though maybe not on the eastern road. He takes a mouthful of water and drinks it with a pleased sigh. There are no guests here at this time, or hardly ever. I can take a short break. For a moment, he meets your eyes. I ignore the ale and tell the man I have a couple questions. Sure, go ahead. I could eat. Do you have any leftovers? Yes, I feed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket. And a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucketful, and you'll be done in half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyways, and I'll prepare something to fill you. Took is not made from metal or wood. It's a long, curved claw, almost black. I reach for the tools. Half an hour? That's quite a lot for berry picking. The tools are cold, not heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. The berries are not a problem. Innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes, you better scare them away with a stick or move them with a hook. And protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient. Fine, I'll go right away. One moment, dying. Anyways, you step outside. Soda's enjoying some old hay. At this moment, the armorer's workshop is closed. I should go outside and forage for berries. Innkeeper knew what he's talking about. Put on the gloves. Doesn't take long before you notice for serpent. I'm gonna start skimming. Hope you can read. Creatures aren't too large, you keep them at a distance. Don't know a lot about berries, but we have knowledge. Notice the shrub, it's not like the others. Marshmallows. One of the bushes in the back has more berries. Color, they're purple, they're marshmallows. Added to pie, sauces, and beverages for delicate sourness and sweetness. Eating a cup of them will make one sick, if not poisoned. Surprised to see one here. Oh, you can use them for alchemy. Cool. Turn to the gate. the wrestling. Enter the inn. So, you again. Need anything? I put his food on the counter. Great. He peeks through the bucket. I've got the cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to merchants, if there were any around. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. And like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky, and I've been cooking my whole life. Thanks. And how did that old hook of mine work for you? I see you still have your hands. Why? I give him a hook. I'm fine. Need anything else? What do you have for sale? Food, elk fur. Bowl of soap. Fine oak ass. Oh, bowl of... Okay. No blades or armor. Crossbow. A bow. Oh, yeah, crossbow. Let's see. I could buy Vassins. That's about it. Cool. Have anything? Nope, nothing you want to buy. I'm looking for Sarian, the previous Roadwarden. Well, I'm still dying. Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be of much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so let's ask about his intentions. He measures his word. Astarion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist, anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to the guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. Could it be that Astarion stole the coins and ran away? He looks at a window and starts to play with his stutter. I just think Astarion ain't the kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for a Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to make an invisible stain, to clean an invisible stain. I've asked travelers. I sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in the White Marshes for a day, and was meant to do something for the people there. It's a village in the bogs in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs, then enter them. You may get there before dusk. So, let me know once you find anything, and we may yet return for this whole investment thing. Or think about it. I didn't expect to find an inn of this size in a place such as this. So you know a thing or two after all. His mocking tone is replaced by a gentle smile. It was built long before we arrived. It didn't work out for the previous owners. Once the war ended, they left. Not enough travelers, bad trade. The villagers stick to themselves. We, however, came prepared. And now we're prospering. When you ask how they can afford all the supplies, he runs his fingers through his dark hair. I'm not against running an inn, but we don't rely on guests. We're the ones doing all the trading. My hunters are a clever bunch and stay safe in the forest. In exchange for furs, claws, and bones, we get what we need and more, both from the south and the north. He relaxes in his chair. We have a good life here. We spent a whole lot on armor, crossbows, lumber spears, but another 10, maybe 20 years, we'll have enough savings to move to Havlavan and not work for another day of our lives. We take risks, but smartly. The team is stronger than ever, and I have big plans for us. It's surprising to find a purple-skinned man so far in the north. I ain't seen a soul looking like this since my ma died. He shrugs. It's not a fascinating tale. Let's just say I wasn't part of the invasion, yet I'm glad it freed all who were chained by the cities and our corsairs. He looks at the wall. Is that an I or an L? It's an I. I saw it, by the way, but I rarely hear the name. There's a good story behind the inn's name? I mean, there is a story, but not a good one. It clears his throat. For years I wanted to have an inn called the Pelt, but in my city it would be in bad taste. Taverns and inns named with a single word were cheap and had a nasty reputation. There was a claw, and mugger, and basilisk, and blissful. But I think the good places used at least 2 words. Empty barrel. A rose and a helmet. Empress's smile. Pighead was the exception. There's a real dive. He chuckles. In my soul, it's still just a pelt. Pelts are what we came here for, and it's what will make us reach our goals. I return to my other questions. What do you need? Anything done? I could use a job. I assume you mean a job for Roadwarden. Tell you what, he looks you in the eyes. There are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike, but they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs, and I've no doubt that the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging his paws. I want you to reach Hellersdale, northwest from here. It's the longest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Dace, the mayor, about Glossia, that blood-thirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glossia is ready to break the truce with the locals, I'm willing to join forces with them to get rid of her band. He looks at a nearby dragonbone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple days won't make much of a difference. I'll pay you 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine? 3. He nods with a smile. What else do you need? Can you tell me about the peninsula? What could anyone say? This place don't even have a name, unless there's an old book in an archive that no soul knows about. You know what I'd call everything near the coast? The hunting ground. He glances at your eyes. But it's not us who hunt. Keep that in heart. But the beasts in all shapes and forms. His words gain confidence slowly, which is strengthened by his deep voice. I've lived in this inn for over 10 years now, and I've only seen a couple of roads, a couple of places. It's just, once you get here and see how harsh it is to hit the road, you will have only more reasons to stay at the warm stove, behind a wall, even if it's suffocating. He looks towards the windows. I'm sure you've heard a lot already, that the people don't build hamlets anymore. There are no more ibexes from the south, and the traders stay here for only a few days. All of our iron is used for cauldrons, not swords or tools. Are the eastern roads as tough as I've heard? Pretty much. Don't leave the main road, I'd say. Not so far here, you'll find an old dolmen. A few of my people had to spend the night here, and monkeys stole food and gouge from their bags. It was their fault. One of them had fallen asleep in the middle of the watch. But eastern forests are wild, and roads are rough. Almost no soul lives there. One day all these roads will be swallowed by the trees again. Furthest my team has ever gone was the home of the Enchantress. Stay on track until you reach the crossroads right near an abandoned watchtower. From there, turn east. You'll recognize the place. It's a nice home in a lonely meadow, surrounded by a wall. He looks towards the closed window, and at you again. Kind of like our walls, but simpler without coating. She lives there, a hermit, Eudicia. I don't even know how she survives there, but if you don't have decent coin, you won't find much there. So, back to the crossroads. If you turn left instead, you'll see a road. People stay away from it. It connects the tower and the monastery, a shortcut between the two sides of the peninsula. I was warned by the locals not to use it. It already belongs to the beasts. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm getting impatient, so I'm gonna skip the rest of it. Any rumors worth there? He crosses his arms. I don't like to talk to about people who ain't nearby. You know what you're doing. What are you wanting about? Tell me about... Oh. Sure. He's dead. How about... I don't know. That's all I need. I go outside. Head to the armor. You walk past the well and find an open shed. Not unlike the stable, both humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. There's two people. One's clearly cleanly shaven. He ignores my presence. Second person is a boy, maybe 15, who's wearing the crude outfit of a farmer, glances at you, and returns his sharpening a long dagger. Greetings. The man raises his head, but it's a boy who speaks focused on the task. He ain't talking. Tell him what it is you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hands, and looks around, shrugs, and returns to you with a raised eyebrow. Look at the youngster, learning to trade, I see. Kind of. He answers reluctantly, but his teacher pats his knee, giving him a harsh look. The kid clears his throat. Yes, but we both ain't masters, you see. There's not a soul to teach us, so on somebody, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is so boring. Man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. He said safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe. The man nods. Could you patch my clothes? Shakes his head, points at uneven seams on his own tunic, and grabs a crude bone needle and shows you its broken head. No, I'm in need of your services. Like Anderson pulls out a dragon bone. I don't know. I'm good. I'll leave the shed. I approach the guards. The woman in yellow armor is kneeling next to a brown hairy boar, which is resting on its side. The beast is not as long, as large as the dark ones from the forest. responds to the touch of the human's hand and thus with English, not good, with grateful grunting and rapid twitches of a hind hoof. No matter how friendly it appears, it's still tethered to a wall. You have no doubt that it's charged with leaf soda, dead in a breath. Yada yada. I'm the new Roadwarden. We don't need anything. We could use some assistance when we travel. Now 30 but looks younger. Very pale. Boar runs up to her. Have a game. Dice or throw axes? Dice. I blend in with the group while playing. Fun gambling. Casual jokes, yada yada. Don't spill anything. More beer. Strategy to this game, I can see it. Can't be sure of when, but I will play better than I expect, because I'm a herbalist. No, I'm a scholar, sorry. So I'm smart. Cool. I've lost the gold. Your score is second best. Nice one, you hear from the man with an fancily faded beard who reaches to pick up your dragon bone. As the table and chairs are carried back to the building, the guard in yellow armor looks at you with a smile. I was foraging for berries for the innkeep. She chuckles. So I've heard, don't worry about it. Usually we forage by ourselves, but he wouldn't ask you for a dragon. For a meal. We give small jobs to people all the time, just to see who agrees to do them. Wants to judge who's of use and who's too proud for their own good. Tell me about yourself. Oh, what was that? After a brief giggle, her voice gets cold and serious. Nah, Roadwarden. We use names and stories among friends. You ain't one. Don't make me tempt curses. I walk away. I go to the well. Oh, I need cleaning. Okay. Can I buy the soap? Again. I'll buy a soap. Down to 3 gold. Go to the well. Washed up. Yeah, that removes the... Yeah, that removes the... Travel. Continue west, I guess. Keep an eye out for any signs of life. A ruined village. Standing in front of the gate, you hear no voices, no tools at work, no steps. Dozens of birds live among the collapsed roofs. Their fluttering, singing, and squawking is free of worries. There's a broken gate in the north, gentle river, and a barren field. Closer look at the gate. It's torn away, possibly thrown. No marks of a dragon bite. Maids are full, who knows? Approach the building near the field. They're charred, no ashes or dust. Fire happened long ago. The smell is terrible. Southwest part of the village. Some are collapsed. charred and rotten, claw marks on the walls, maybe a dragonling, or a large wolf, or a corpse eater. No beast in sight. Remains of clothes and furniture, a fist trap. Cool. Main square. Houses are as big as in Homeland. Took a lot of materials. Expensive. No dragon bone or anything useful. Smells bad. Smells bad. And here sounds coming from the largest building. Delightful. I should check it out. I prepare my axe. Consider pulling the other door. In a masculine voice proves that your presence is not noticed. I didn't want to come to this. Just stay where you are. Whatever you put inside, be it a sewer or head, or your dad, thinker, it'll get about old. Relax straight from the Roadwarden. Kinda need my thinker. I'm a Roadwarden, so I kinda need my thinker. Would a boot be enough? Aren't you the funny one? He growls. How do you? I know you. Know a droll like you. It's telling the truth. Fox slowly roadster, man. If you're not an outlaw, you're safe. Even if you are, don't try pulling anything funny. Leave your arms out, and my little ballista, ears all pulled and ready. The man's voice is imposing, and his accent is tricky for you. He could be from the distant south, but as long as you don't speak too quickly, you'll understand one another. You don't hear any other movements, breathing, voices, etc. You lean your axe against the doorframe and make sure your knife is well hidden. I walk inside. The dense smell of urine. Fun. At your full force. Hard to distinguish from rubbish. Upper floor is blocked. Scavenger is sitting on a blanket in front of a tent, pointing at you with a loaded crossbow. Bit skinny. Tan dark hair, long claw scars. Clothes are tainted, he's barefoot. Untainted by vanity. Barefoot, dirty linen shirt, and pants that use cord for belt. Long beard, the hair are trimmed and untangled. I'm not a threat. Don't sound like you are from the north. What am I doing here? I'm looking for another Roadwarden known as Historion. I have never met him. Certainly heard his name many times. Man, it's a long time before I got to the coast. At first, people were asking about him. Now they think he's dead. Listen, he scratches his flies nervously. I'm hungry, so hungry. I can't hunt your fists with all the 8 men around. Can you share anything, Roadster? I may be a drifter, a wooden bag, if I hadn't lost my bags on the road. Take some cereal and crackers. I have no food left. Good. Cool. I'm gonna talk less and less, because my throat hurts. Wow. happened here. Beast folk flew and killed them all. What do you want to travel, and what do you give me for my help? Go to Pelt, hire hunters to help. Was in the Howler's Dell. Griffins jumped him, and he got away. And he's staying here for the moment. What do you want me to do? No. Danger from here to Howler's. Make sure it's clear enough. Why not go to Pelt of the North? He doesn't want to, but refuse to go to the Pelt of the North. Cool. Don't work for free. Find mixer that scares the ape men away. And pebblers. The stench of urine. Fine, it's a deal. Come back tomorrow, I'll make it worth your time. Are there any dead around? Are there any undead around? No, there's not any around here. Village makes me sick. He agrees. Have you searched the village? There's nothing here. Tell me about yourself. I have no legacy to keep alive in tales. Tragic. Have you seen any bandit hideouts away around? Sorry, can't help. Time to leave. Inspect the fields. Cursed, maybe. I get sicker. I walk away from the walls. Gonna leave. I go east. Hut like shape of stones. United Church, apparently. I enter the chapel. I look around. I don't know. I missed it. It'd be helpful I could look specifically for stuff. Is it AI? I'm not sure. Lock. Maybe not? I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. Spider. Interesting. I I don't know about that. Anyways, I go outside. Approach the hourglass. Made out of steel. I feel nothing because I'm not pious. Alright, let's continue. East we go. There's a pack of creatures. It's goblins. Hold domain slightly. Let's fight. Look behind me. I can dodge. Grab the spear and pull it. Hit it with my axe. Grab the spear and pull it. I took it. I can't win. Run away. I kick it off. Or flee. I'll keep the spear. Looks like a broom handle. Large wagon. Oh, and a fallen tree. Boston River? No. And sometimes setting up a fish trap. I'll look around. See, this is better than type it in. The road. It's overgrown. No alternate path. Tree. Leaves are dry. It's watery. Stump. Wagon. All of the metal stolen. River. Tracks. Wayfarers making a sharp turn. And large, bad suits. Think I know what happened here. It was cut down to set up an ambush. Why is the wagon abandoned? It was attacked by highwaymen. Someone's belongings. Happened to owners. They were killed on this. Wait. Huh. There. Bushes. Western Hill. Cookout North. Okay, I know what happened. It's cut down to set up an ambush. It's attacked by highwaymen. Carrying someone's belongings. and they disappeared in the wilderness. I'm sure. Can we continue? We can. Plants are getting smaller, the road more rocky. Better roads. It's the watchtower. I look at the signpost. It's south and north. Enchanted. And there's a monastery, but that's the road. We were warned. It's not a good idea to go. Approach the entrance. Look through the keyhole. Turn to the crossroads. Walk to the gate. Examine the camp. The fire pit. Nothing. Approach the entrance. Breakthrough. Not a very sharp axe. Room isn't high. I don't care about bugs. I don't have an alchemy table? Okay. Noted. Yeah, I think that's about it for the demo, because we can't go any further. Let's go back to the tool against camp. More questions. What happened to the ruined village in the west? Never went there. Bandits. Doesn't like the peninsula. Cool. Yeah, that's... think about it for the demo. Seems interesting. Probably not enough for me to go buy it, I'll be honest. But it was fun. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Anyways, yeah, that'll be it for me and the Roadwarden demo. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you sometime soon. Goodbye.